Meeting the client's expectations is the aim of design, and coming up with a product that does the job very well at a good price and hopefully will outlast you and the client. Well, the design process starts with a consideration of the constraints on the site, which in this case the site is a fairly narrow block rising at the back. You then look at the council constraints, zoning, various statutory rules and regulations that you have to meet, building rules and regulations, and you layer onto that the client's requirements at a reasonable price using reasonably available materials. In this case, the clients wanted a fair bit of floor area. The only way to fit it was to go 3 stories at the front. So the building's split into 2 blocks. The front block is 3 stories high with a semi-underground car park and theatre or games room. They're separated by a narrow space with a bridge across it. Having built 2 effectively separate buildings on the block, there wasn't much room for landscaping, so what had to be there was had to be interesting. They wanted a pool and there was no room for that, so what I did was put a lap pool only about 1 metre wide across the block between the 2 buildings, and that's what you walk over when you walk over the bridge. A simple way to describe it would be a description of architecture by a bloke called Vitruvius, who said that architecture should comprise firmness, utility and delight. Now, firmness means it's got to be structurally sound and stand up. Any builder can supply that. Utility means it has to be fit for the purpose, so if it's a carport, it's got to be big enough to contain a car. Delight is the difficult one. Delight is the quality of a building that makes it pleasant to look at or be in or even think about, and it's hard to define. Perhaps the Sydney Opera House has delight. It could be the shape, it could be the colour, the curvature, whatever. The idea of using a design structure rather than simply a constructed one is to get some of that, hopefully, some of that delight into the building, to make it pleasing to look at, pleasing to be in, and basically better than just a minimum box to contain the functions.